I've avoided thinking about this case. I refused to believe it was gone. Club Penguin was part of my childhood. It's hard not to look back fondly on a game like Club Penguin. When I got the news from my assistant that Club Penguin died 7 years ago, I handled it like a grown detective. This is why we can't have good things. It was only a child's game, Disney. Why did you have to do it? It is incredibly hot in my jacket. I cannot wait till the winter months, making these videos much easier to record. So where do we start? I guess, as always, we need to go back and examine the life of the game to truly understand its depth. Club Penguin was a game made by New Horizons Interactive. It was essentially a large digital playground for kids. If you haven't played it, here's a low-key overview of what you could do. You could travel to different locations in the maps, and there was many interactable objects in each location. Then of course you could do mini-games which could earn you money. The money allowed you to buy in-game items, however, there were admittedly a lot of items locked behind a paywall. The Club Penguin membership wasn't that bad, but it always meant kids like me could never have a skateboard. We'd see all the other kids with a skateboard and we'd be like, man, I'm sad that I don't have a skateboard in Club Penguin. You could also have pets, pet puffles. They were essentially little balls of fluff that they would follow you everywhere. They were very loyal. I loved them. The memories. I remember spending most of my time in the clubs, just chilling, hanging out, and playing the dubstep minigames. Because I'm really cool like that. Man, I was really cool. I also remember taking my pet Puffle to Puffle Park and Puffle Hotel and getting makeovers. It was great, and I was just so cool and a great pet owner. Man, I was really cool. While a lot of stuff was locked behind membership, there was a large majority of the game which you could play for free. This allowed the game to still be profitable without necessarily limiting the game for anybody. A large part of Club Penguin's massive success is kind of on its child safety. Merrifield, the creator of Club Penguin, or at least one of the co-founders, really emphasized that child safety should be above everything. They wanted to provide a safe place for children aged 6 to 14. So, how exactly did Club Penguin do this? Well, you see, magic. By magic, of course, I mean multiple different systems and also moderators, and yeah. First off, we had Safe Chat, an ultimate safe chat. Safe Chat was, as the name suggests, a chat that you could use safely. It would block out profanity or any other sort of sexual language or even credit card details and phone numbers, and it's sort of like Roblox's filtration system. They're implemented a little bit better and arguably more strict. You would be able to get a ban just from saying a naughty word. Don't say a no word, you might get a 24-hour ban, and upon review it might be worse than that. There was also Ultimate Safe Chat, which was the option for younger kids. Ultimate Safe Chat would happen in servers where all you could use is Ultimate Safe Chat, and it's sort of similar to Among Us's Quick Chat function or Nintendo's Quick Chat function. It allowed you to say a list of key phrases, however you could not type anything in chat. This allowed really young kids to be on the platform but also be 100% safe, though the safety of the children was often seen by some as a bit too extreme. However, I think the measures were appropriate given the age demographic. The interesting part of the moderation was ultimately the staff's involvement. You see, Club Penguin had a staff team of around 100, and most of them would spend their time patrolling the servers, making sure nothing bad is happening. Supposedly not just looking out for bad activities, but also making sure everyone is safe. If need be, they would contact authorities if some situation is really dire. The Club Penguin moderation team also had an internal wiki called ICE, which... Don't use ICE on children, Club Penguin, that's obviously a bad idea. You can't just send children out of the country. Yeah, no, I know it was a stupid joke. I promise I'll be good from now on. They also use the acronym ICE in underground security base for the EPF, which segues us into our next topic, but also just takes light of the fact how much they really like that acronym. The EPF, also known as the Elite Penguin Force, was basically a secret agent type thing, which would have a whole lore behind it, and there's missions, daily missions, and it was kind of cool as a kid as you got to participate within the story of Club Penguin. The EPF also played a crucial role in child safety by encouraging kids to report any unwanted behavior. And yes, before you ask, there is a lore to Club Penguin, and it is really long, and there's a lot of little tidbits, right? It's just bound to happen over 10 plus years of the game existing, because the staff team would interact with the community and their ideas would be fed back into the game as some sort of update. It was really wholesome at the time. Like, for example, there might be rumors of a pirate ship, and then boom, a pirate ship, and then there might be rumors of the ninjas, and then boom, the ninjas are in the game now. But for a brief rundown of the lore, because I know at this point you're interested in what the 100% super secret, really deep lore is of Club Penguin, I'll have to explain it to you now. So, you see there's a polar bear. The polar bear is evil. Then there's the penguins. Penguins are the good guys. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh Jesus, my chest hurts from this. This is terrible, it's so hot. Obviously, the moderation systems and also the lore wasn't really what made the game fun. It was the fact that it was basically a playground for children, but a safe one. A safe playground on the children, which didn't really have too many scandals in its time. You could wander around, talk to random strangers, and interact with your pet Puffle, throw snowballs, make friends, have parties. But these days, it's different. Things have changed, but how did we get here? 2007, Disney acquires Club Penguin. Now, the game was a good pet of Disney's. It was well cared for a little while. It continued to remain as it was, with the same staff team and the same dedication to the game for about 10 years. Sure, Disney increased the amount of advertising of their own IPs in the game, which was admittedly a bit counterintuitive to some of the game's previous morals, with not advertising to children, but at least it wasn't pop-up ads, I guess, so they couldn't click anything. I will give it to Disney for taking care of Club Penguin for 10 years. It is impressive. However, they did not have to do what comes next. If you're a fan of the game, or if you just heard of it in general, I'm sure you remember what happened. March of 2017. A new Club Penguin game released, and foolishly kids around the world were excited. However, little did we know, this was merely a distraction. In the background, Disney was murdering our beloved childhood game. I can't believe it. Its servers went down overnight. And the worst part is, the new Club Penguin game was behind a paywall. A monthly subscription at that. Not only that, the game sucked. It was one of the most brutal murders I've ever seen. Disney deemed the game not profitable enough, but it clearly had the money to keep it running. It has theme parks, for God's sake. Club Penguin didn't have to die, but it did. And obviously, a game like this doesn't just disappear overnight. There were private servers made by community members and fans, but it lost one very important detail of a kid's game: the safety. You see, the Club Penguin we remember was a safe place for children, but private servers, well, they're run by fans, not by anyone qualified. There is advertisements, there is everything. They're only a few clicks away from some site that they don't want to be on. It's not a place for children anymore. There are creeps on the private servers, and there are plenty of scandals. I'm sure you've read about them. You know, it's just what happens when kids are forced off a secure site onto some other back alley sort of deal. It's like Roblox and all the other horror stories. You could very easily say that Disney endangered these children, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's not like we can incriminate Disney for this. The law just doesn't have an example like this, you know, and you can't really sue Disney anyway, so they have too much money. So Club Penguins is basically gone. I'd warn you if you do want to venture into these private servers to use a fake email because there are a lot of data leaks. Also, be wary of anyone suspicious. When the imposters... The Penguin is this thing of the past now. From a time where we cared about children's safety online. I mean, the past isn't necessarily better. It has its flaws, and so does the future. But it's hard not to look back on it. I mean, I miss the past. Maybe I just miss the innocence of childhood, but I miss it, and I think you do too. Because at the end of the day, we weren't made for a world like this.